I think it's the right day to do this. It's the right day to yipper yapper, let's say. Loving this sunshine first of all, but also loving a standing desk moment at the minute. I tend to use my windowsill and get typing, and yeah, this is a little bit lower but less exposed. I want this to be a little bit more professional. I will speak on that in my next video, but I didn't want to jump ship. I started a little bit of filming on Sunday and things were a bit chaotic. I think I need to debrief. I need to, as I say, yipper yapper before we go into that. So I promise the next video will be an actionable getting the business started video, but for this one I want to give you a little bit more about me, about who I am and what's the business. But first we're popping something on Instagram. Gonna grab a coffee and we'll get yipper yappering. It's warm today. Am I still gonna do a hot drink? I'm not. I'm gonna do an ice drink today. Go wild. The one thing about iced coffee is that I tend to guzzle it. If I have a straw, game over. Game over, so I need to pace myself with that. Whilst I'm speaking to you, can that not be like a little metaphor in getting started in the business? I wish when I start I can't stop. I basically wanted to sit down today and speak a little bit more on who I am. What's the business? Where's the business going? And I wanted to start on me, I think, as a person, because I have had the odd question about like my profile. The simple questions like, how old are you? I've never really shared that on my channel. I've more shared my journey. So restarting this, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to just share a little bit of who I am, my background, and I guess, yeah, what characteristics I maybe hold that's made me make this decision. And we'll start with those simple characteristics. I'm 21 years old. I am a full-time student at the minute, as much as I balance other things. It feels like 10,000 other things at the same time, but I have 2.5 months basically left of university. I've done a 4-year course. I did a sandwich course, so I did a placement in my 3rd year, so last year. I did that elsewhere, and then I came back down to Bournemouth where I've done my 3 main years of study, and as I say, this is my last. I'm in a studio currently and finishing off my events management degree. Literally at the end of May, I'll be done. Hoping that all goes well. I then had the question, what does your current day-to-day look like? You look so put together. I'm like a duck. Is it a duck or a goose, or what is it on water? And like it looks all perfect from above, but the feet, the flippers are going down below. That is me. And I feel like we all go through that phase in our life, and yeah, I'm just trying to juggle quite a few things at the minute. I didn't want to sacrifice uni for any of the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to do everything alongside it, and I've always thought that I can do that. Even if sometimes my body really tells me, no, you can't. But that's all part of the process, right? My current day-to-day, I wouldn't even say it's a routine day by day. I love a routine. I kind of pulled away from that earlier in the year and I went more towards rituals, but there's definitely routine within my week, I'd say. And my kind of Monday, Tuesday and Friday look very similar. They're kind of like my university days where I'm really prioritizing my modules and my dissertation. Then my Wednesday and Thursday are like my freelance work. I do dip into that a little bit now on Friday because we've shifted some things around, but that's my Wednesday and Thursday. and I guess that's kind of my bulk week. And then my Saturday and Sunday, I would say on my weekend, but my Saturday is such a business day. It's doing the things that I have been doing to put the wheels in motion, but it's like all of the planning bits, not the getting started. And that's why I'm starting this. So on a Saturday, and I guess in my evenings as well, I really want to put some work into my business, but that's my real time dedicated to it. My Sunday though, I do really try and take a reset day. I try and put all my Sunday routine bits on that day, the cleaning, the laundry, so boring. I try and go to the farmer's market, and I try and just give myself a little bit of me time and just take the pressure off. Yeah, I wouldn't say I have a routine on one day. I do kind of like to get up around the 6 o'clock mark and make sure I'm kind of in my bulk day by about 10 and shutting off by about 6, but that's a goal, not a daily reality. I'm sorry, I'm staring at you and my coffee at the same time because she's right by you. But I think we have a little bit of this, a little bit of fuel, and then let's actually get speaking on the business. I hope that's a little bit more about me and some fun details about me. Something else I've just got to show you because I'm too excited, and it goes with the espresso cup that I used. I picked this one up the other day. It was something I did with a couple of friends a couple of weeks ago. I'm so proud. I do wish I hand potted the plate as well, but that's not where my talents lie. Let's put something on here. What are we gonna go for? Some walnuts. How about that? I do apologise because I am a little bit all over the place today, and part of that is me trying to chase or retract myself from being in direct sunlight. One, I'm sweating when I do that, and two, it goes all funny on here. But I wanted to answer the questions on the business, and the first I have is, why do you want to start a business? I feel like this is such an open question, it could go anywhere, but I think for me, I've always seen myself as a creative, and just looking at a 9 to 5, it just didn't seem like me. I love that quote that I shared in the last one, you are way too creative for a 9 to 5. And I think I just see myself creating something that I am so passionate about. I want to help people, and I have my own journey that I've gone through that's kind of led me to that beginning, and I guess that drive, that passion, that purpose to start something of my own. I then also got asked, you said you struggled to put the wheels in motion. What shifted to make you start now? I think I just thought, if I don't start now, when am I gonna start? I thought this is never gonna happen for me, and I needed something like this to keep me accountable and to make me go, I'm doing this for someone else. Yes, I'm doing this for myself, but I'm sharing the process now, so I can't procrastinate any longer. The procrastination just, it needs to stop. Then of course the most important question, what is the business? I could go into a full journey. It started as 888, and that was kind of like an online wellness brand where I was sharing resources and I was just sharing my journey. But I wanted to, do something different with that, to take my face away from the business, like I guess on Instagram, maybe on TikTok. And I just wanted it to be a product and it to represent this passion and purpose that I'm trying to bring forward. So it's a seasonal wellness box, and it just allows for easy wellness at home. I'm still tweaking these last bits, but we're getting there, and I think it's gonna be 4 elements, but to come in my next video, I think. I think this video really has shown the chaos. That's what I want this channel to be though. I want it to be not the picture perfect process. And I know even the chaos that I'm showing on here isn't even the chaos that's really going on in my brain right now. But it shows a little bit of it. It's not a picture perfect journey, and I know it's not gonna be. It kind of leads us on to our last question. You know, we've touched on what is the business, but where does the business progress? I guess what's the future? And I can't predict the future. I don't know how it's gonna look, but I see this business being something that grows and evolves with me, evolves with my event management. I've never wanted to become an event manager, and I know that sounds so silly because I'm doing events management at uni, but hear me out. I love events. I found such a passion for it. I've loved my placement, I've loved the jobs and the freelance work that I do, but I never want to position myself by one job title. I think that's what not being in a 9-to-5 is. It's juggling life in a different sort of way. I'd love to do events, I love to do business, and I love to kind of fuse them as well as lots of other little things, like I've taken a life coaching course. Could that perhaps be part of my title? There's so much that I see in the future, but for now, it's growing this business as a product, as something that's not me, that's not my face on the brand, something that grows on its own. Yeah, is something that develops into events, into activities and group spaces, and into retreats. That's what my dissertation's about, and that's what I kind of see it evolving into, whether that's a yearly thing, whether that be I'm a retreat leader in the future. I don't know, and as I say, you can't predict the future, but this is our starting point, and I have to love where I am now, enjoy the process, and document the process. That's exactly what this is. I think I'm gonna leave this one here. The next is gonna be basically me picking up the camera when I have the motivation to get the wheels moving. And I am so motivated right now. Honestly, it's like I don't have enough time in the day. My mind is only focused on this business, and in a time where I'm trying to finish my final year, it's not where my brain should be right now. But you know what? I'm loving it. I'm loving the juggling act. And hopefully I can get better at the juggling act. Maybe that's part of documenting this process. How many things can she juggle? How many things can she juggle well? Oh, that's another question. Let's just pray it doesn't come on the floor. Just quick, that's all.